I mean, yeah. So what you actually need to do practically is just download Turbo C++. That's like, I mean, I'll leave a link in the description. So I know you can see my new face over there. Like, yeah, I just have added. I don't know if I put in full screen, will you be able to see my face? I don't know. This is so what you do is just open Turbo C++. You can see like full screen is good because see if you don't have full screen, right? Like what happens is that it's too small screen. Like I meant you can hardly see anything. Too small. So suppose if you forget to do this, all you can do is press Alt plus Enter, or if you have Apple keyboard like me, you can press Option plus Return. Like so, just press it and you come into full screen. So you can see there's a help right behind my thing window. So that's all. So now this is how your C++ thing will look like. I know it's 4:3 aspect ratio, so it doesn't fit in my screen. So now all you need to do is select File. So if you want to make a new project, you select New. Now I have already made my one thing. It's all stupid, and I'm just gonna delete it. Just don't care about what I have done here. You will learn all this thing later in my tutorials. So yeah, it's like dragging. You can drag the whole thing to delete it. So anyway, what I have done is practically wrong. It doesn't work. I mean, it works, but there is some error shown. I'll have to check it, but right now it's too big. I feel like, oh my god, how big is it? Okay, still edit, cuts, and click. Oh shit. So now it's gonna be shut. I mean, instead of cut, you could have just done clear. I know. So you can just clear it, Control plus Delete. So this is how your coding window would be. If you want, you can actually have your watch thing, like errors and all that thing would be displayed. So this is a compiler-based thing, not interpreter. Now in C++, there are some basic things which you need to know. There is one like. Okay, so now suppose like I'm creating a program, it must have some header file, like a program for a keyword. There's a thing called keyword. Like if you have studied any other programming language, like suppose in JavaScript there was something let x equal to all that thing. So that let thing is a keyword. So here there's so many keywords like include. So to engage some of the keywords, you need to have a header file. So the most common, I mean, almost in every program there is a header file called IOStream. So to include a header file, you must put a hash, like you have seen the symbol, and put include. Like if you want, you can get help. Like help is also there, and if you want, like you can right click and then you can get all those things if you want, like help. So you include and then stop your angular bracket and write IOStream, and that's the commonly used. What it stands for is just like input output stream. Oh yeah, STRE stream. Okay, so you have your thing, but can you spot the mistake here? See, you don't have an extension. It's a header file. Like for PPT, you have .ppt or PPTX, all that thing. Like zip files, .zip and all that. So you put .h. There are so many other header files such as Conio, graphics, etc. So this is the main thing. Now, Like suppose if you're creating a program which you want to share with someone else, so for them to understand you might need to put a comment. So you start a comment with a double slash 1 2. So what happens is this comment won't be displayed anywhere in your while you run the program or while you display the output. It won't be displayed and would not make any difference in the program. But your syntax must be correct, a double slash. If you like to put in like different lines, all you can do is put like a star. Or some people you might have seen them doing like this. So a single star is enough. Like you can put a star and then your comment starts, and then you write here, and to close it, it's simple. Just put a star and a slash, and it has ended. You can see it. Now, so that's just a comment. So let's just give a name of our program. Like if you want to give a name, like slash slash. This is our first program. Let's say it might be your first program. So just write first program. That's all. Now, what we are trying to learn is a keyword called void. It means that it won't return any value. Like suppose you are having, like suppose you display a message box, like it'll have two buttons like error. Some error is displayed, there is an error, okay and cancel. So if you click OK, it might return a value of 1. If you put cancel, it might return a... Suppose if you don't want to return anything to the computer, like creating complex things, you might need to return it. But if it returns unnecessarily, it'll waste your memory. So what you do is just put void, and then it won't return, and then you enter the function, so we are gonna use the main function. I'll explain about that later. So it's your main function. This is just a basic video. So now what we'll do is there's this thing called curly brackets. So I see, for easy understanding, it's better if you put the tab. You can see, right? I've left the gap. So tab. Now this curly bracket includes the opening of a block. In a block, you can write your statements or code. That's where your main code comes in. So suppose like I want to display something, you use the command cout, and use this. Cout means out, you display out. There are many other things if you want to display, like text. There's one thing for text where you need to enter your XYZ coordinate to display the text, and like counting the pixels, like X pixels from there. We'll get to that in advanced sessions. So now you have your cout. What the double angular bracket? You don't close the angular brackets here. It's not like HTML sort of thing. So double thing indicates that you must display it. It's an output thing. And you enter your colon. So here is where you can display whatever you want. Suppose I want to enter my channel's name. Okay. So this is made by. This is made by, and okay. I wanna write old fire in the next line. So all you do, like, and remember, like after entering a line over here, you have to end it with a semicolon, or else it'll call out an error. So now if I write cout and write old fire 3107, will it come in the next line? No, it won't come in the next line. It'll come in the next line. So every time just remember to end the block. Like you might forget to end the block. You must always remember, or else it'll show the error. So this is one basic program. I'll show you one thing. So before starting anything, you can click on compile, or all you can do is press Alt plus F9 and it'll compile. It'll say success, which means your program has been compiled successfully. So that's all. Press any key, any random key to begin. Now after you have compiled, you can go to your output screen by pressing Alt F5. Now why is it showing like this? Why isn't it showing my this is made by? Press any key to like exit, unless in the program if you have kept some specific key to exit, it'll exit like so. I showed the output screen, it didn't show any output. Why? So we actually have to run the program. In order to run the program, click on run and run over here, or press Ctrl plus F9, which I'm gonna do. And what happened? I didn't see anything. So what this program did is it didn't run the program, it just run the process of displaying the output, and then the program just exited itself. Now if you want, you can assign other buttons to stop the program, or you want to keep running the program. I'll teach the code in next few classes. So in order to see the output, the same thing, we must go to the output screen. So you go to the output screen, you see this is made by Ulfa. Now I want to display my name in the next line. How am I gonna do that? What mistake, or how I wrote it in the next line? So you might be wondering, I wrote it on the next line, why didn't it show? So all you can do is actually you have to input a command called /and n, which practically means enter by code for C++, which means write in the next line. So now we compile again. I know it's a long process, and then you run the code, which is Ctrl plus F9, and then you show the output. So now you have seen this is made by, like you can see our old thing, this is made by old5316, and then after that it says this is made by, in the next line you can see old5316. So that is the use of /n. It starts a new paragraph. Now suppose, now you saw our old output is also visible. So how do we clear that old output? We can use a thing like, there is a function called clear screen function, CLR, and it's a function plus you need a semicolon. So now this thing won't work. I'll show you. It'll show an error while compiling. See, it says error. It says clear should have a prototype. So we need to include another header file. Oops. So we need to include another header file, and it's called Conio. And there. So now what you need to do is just do the same thing. #include, and then you write conio dot header files dot h, and there you have defined it. Now it has a prototype. So now you can compile and it won't show any error. It's success. So you have it. Now you run the program. So what it'll do is it'll clear all the previous output. So when you run it, let's run it. It ran, and now you start it. Show the output. So now you just see this is made by old5316. You don't have any other output left. Understood? So that's all. Like if you have any doubt in this much portion, you can ask the doubts in the description. If you have any other doubts, I'll explain more things in the next class. So be sure to expect my next tutorial on every last Sunday of the month. So my next class will be, I think, around June, as you expect. I'll just check my calendar. So I think, oops. So okay. So you can expect my next thing on 26th June. So I publish videos every last Sunday. Thanks for watching my video and be sure to subscribe for more videos on C++ tutorial. Thanks for watching.